Have you ever created a new branch in Git only to find yourself stuck trying to sync it with the remote? It can be a real headache, right? If that's you, then you're in the right place. Today, we're going to tackle how to set your Upstream branch to a remote with a different name than your local branch. I totally get it. You create a new branch off an existing pull request, and then you realize your local branch name doesn't match the remote. It's frustrating, and you're not alone in this. Many developers face this issue when working with Git. Here's the specific situation we're looking at. One user recently asked, how do I sync my branch with the remote when my local branch name is different? They created a local branch named W3, while the remote branch is called feature/WA3. Sound familiar? Let's dive into this together. So what's the issue here? When you try to set the Upstream branch using the command, you get an error saying the requested Upstream branch does not exist. This happens because Git is looking for a branch that matches your local name, but it doesn't find it. Let's break this down step by step. And stick around. I have a handy tip at the end that will make managing your branches a breeze. To sync the local branch with the remote branch that has a different name, the user should first ensure they are on the correct local branch. They can do this by running the command to check their current branch. Next, the user needs to set the Upstream branch for their local branch. This can be done using the command that specifies the remote branch name. In this case, the command will link the local branch W3 to the remote branch feature/WA3. After setting the Upstream branch, the user can now push their local changes to the remote repository. They should use the command that includes the -u flag to set the Upstream tracking. Finally, the user should verify that the branches are correctly linked. They can do this by running a command to check the status of their branches and ensure everything is set up properly. Fun fact, did you know that the name Git was inspired by the British slang term for a foolish person? Thankfully, using Git doesn't have to be foolish at all. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative approach suggests renaming your local branch to match the remote branch name. You can use tools like LazyGit for a quick rename or create a new branch with the correct name. After renaming, simply push your changes using the command git push-f origin head. This will update the remote with your local branch. If you want to push without renaming, you can use git push origin head desired remote branch name. This allows you to specify a different name for the remote branch while pushing. Here's that handy tip I promised. Always double-check your branch names before pushing. It can save you from a lot of confusion and errors down the line. And there you have it. You should now be able to sync your local branch with the remote, even when they have different names. Remember, keeping your branches organized is key to a smooth workflow. If you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button for more tips and don't miss our next video on advanced Git techniques.